This video is going to show you how to make a survey or a poll to collect information for your internal assessment project. So, for example, I want to make a poll and I want to collect answers to these questions, and I'm going to do it with Google Forms. Okay, so the way you do Google Forms, you go into your Google Drive, and then you press New, and choose More, Forms, Google Forms. Okay, and then first thing you want to do is you want to name it. So let's say I want to call it Bill's IA Data Collection or whatever. Doesn't really matter. Just whatever you're going to remember. And then here at the top, you're going to select the main configuration. And normally you do not collect the EAC login because normally you're not going to go back and confirm what people got, or you're not doing you're not collecting data that needs to be connected to a person. So in that case, you just say I am not going to require sign-in. And then the rest of these normally you will not want to use, especially only allow one responsible person. Do not put that one. Okay, and then you come down here. If you want to put a description here, like thank you for participating or whatever, you can, but it's not necessary. First question, we wanted to ask what grade are you in, right? What grade are you in? Well, what grade are you in? And then we decide how we want the answer. And normally, the most you can restrict the answer, the better, because then it will it can graph all the data for you and save you some work. So, like in this case, what grade are you in? The best option is probably going to be multiple choice. Okay? So multiple choice, you're going to say, okay, you might be in 6th, you might be in 7th, you might be in 8th, you might be in 9th, you might be in 10th, you might be in 11th, you might be in 12th. Okay? Now, you could also do other options, but we'll show why those are not quite as good. Okay, and to go in and out of edit mode, you just press on the pencil. So once you're done with the options you wanted to put, you could just put edit, and then it'll go out. The option, it kind of looks how it's going to look to the person. And then your next question, remember, is what's your gender? So we want to do an add item. And we can actually choose what kind here. Gender would also be a multiple choice. So here we'll say, what is your gender? And then we'll put male, female. And then we press the pencil to get out. Okay. And then what's the next question? Next question is, what is your favorite sport? Now here we have a couple of options. One is text. We could say, what is your favorite sport? And in this case, they're going to write their answer here. And they might write anything. Obviously, this has advantages. One of the advantages is that, if they have played some weird sport that they like and it's not in your list, then it will allow them to put it in. The disadvantage is that your Google form is not going to be able to tabulate the results at all, because every single answer is going to be different. So instead of doing a totally open form, what you could do is you could do a multiple choice, and then let's do a multiple choice. What is your favorite sport? Because, most people in Brazil are going to answer soccer, or, maybe the sports we have in EAC, volleyball, futsal, basketball. And if they're going to answer something else, then you could just write add other. And if you do add other, then that gives them the option of clicking other and then putting in another result. That way, to some extent, the Google form can tabulate the result just for like occasional, some of the answers that are, kind of exotic sports, maybe they'll be in the other column, but it still gives the person the opportunity to answer it, so it's pretty good. What sports do you play? Now, the reason why I included this one is that you could do check boxes. And I'm going to show you why check boxes is a little bit different than multiple choice. So, like, we'll say, what sports do you play? And in this case, we're saying, you can choose more than one. And then, in this case, we're going to put all the same options as before. Basketball, volleyball, futsal, and we're even going to put other. But the thing is with checkboxes is they can check like more than one. So since they can check more than one, the answer might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sports all listed in the answer. Okay, and this is also one that is hard for the Google form to tabulate, so you only want to do this when you want to get a lot of different responses. Okay, and that was the last question. You can see here there's a couple other kinds, like choose from a list is similar to multiple choice, except for it's kind of a pull-down menu. And then there's some others here that we could talk about if you're interested, but these are the main ones here on the left. Okay. Paragraph text is like the text box. It just gives you a bigger box to type your answer. All right. At the very end, you're going to say, okay, you can put your responses has been recorded, thanks, or whatever you can put there. And then you're going to say, okay, what of these options is applicable? Well, I don't want to show the link to submit another response. Do I want to show a public link to inform the results? Or no, we don't want to publish our results to everybody. Allow responders to edit responses after submitting. You can't do this if you do not require a login. So that's pretty much it. Then after that, you're going to say send form. And then you can grab this link here. Do you see this link? You can do Control-C, save this link, and this is the link that you are going to send to mailing lists or to your friends to ask that they fill in the form. Once you get the form answered, then you can come back to your form, which you could find through your Google Drive, by searching for the name here. And then you look at responses, and you'll say summary of responses, because I want to see, how people answered. And summary of responses is going to give you some nice graphs. And since there are no responses yet, the graphs aren't showing. But normally, this is going to have like pie graphs, different kind of graphs summarizing your data, which is really handy. And the other thing that you could do is for view, you could do, or responses, you could do view responses. And if you do view responses, it's going to show you the spreadsheet, which has like all your data in it, and you can see that it has like the header for each column is going to be your data. And so you could actually generate more graphs using this spreadsheet, or you could download this into Excel. Okay, so very handy tool, Google Forms.